I love a good underdog story, don't you? And when it comes to football, nothing gets my heart racing more than tales of transformation, resilience, and undeniable triumph. That's exactly why I had to dig deep into the fascinating journey of Vinicius Jr., a player who went from being the butt of jokes to the crown jewel of Real Madrid. Honestly, his story is nothing short of cinematic.
They thought they bought the best player in the world. They already had the best player in the world.
That's a lie.
Wow!
When Vinicius first burst onto the scene, I'll admit I wasn't entirely convinced. I mean, let's be real. The guy could barely string together 5 kick-ups during his unveiling at Real Madrid. It was almost painful to watch. Social media exploded with memes, and Barcelona fans were having a field day. But I believe every story deserves a second look, especially one as intriguing as this. So as I researched, I realized there was so much more to Vinicius than met the eye. This is the tale of how he proved the doubters wrong and redefined what it means to rise against all odds. Let me take you back to his official presentation at Real Madrid. Picture this. A young, eager Vinicius stepping onto the hallowed turf, ready to show the world what he's made of. Except things didn't quite go as planned. His awkward kick-ups were the stuff of viral infamy. I guess he must have felt the weight of the world on his shoulders because his moves were anything but smooth. Back in Brazil, critics weren't any kinder. They called Real Madrid's decision to sign him a colossal mistake. What were they thinking? People scoffed. And honestly, at the time, I might have agreed. But looking back now, it's clear that this was just the beginning of an extraordinary journey. The unlikely signing, when Real Madrid splashed out a jaw-dropping 45 million euros to sign Vinicius, I was stunned. It made him the most expensive underage player in football history. Think about that for a moment. At Flamengo, he'd barely made an impression, playing just one game where he touched the ball for a measly 13 seconds. Yet Madrid's scouts saw something in him that the rest of us missed. Initially, Vinicius had his heart set on Barcelona.
Qual que é seu ídolo no futebol?
Neymar.
E quem é melhor, Messi ou Cristiano Ronaldo?
Messi.
And I love this little twist of fate. He actually idolized the club growing up. His former agent even revealed that Vinicius cried when Barcelona pulled off that legendary PSG comeback.
The Paris Saint-Germain defense. It's Neymar trying to feed it through. It's a stretch and it's in. And I can't remember the last time I saw something like this. It is the hero of the hour, and it is the greatest Champions League knockout comeback of all time.
Can you imagine? The Blaugrana were so close to signing him. They matched his 30 million euro release clause and were ready to seal the deal. But as I dug deeper, I found that the turning point came during the U17 South American Championship. Vinicius lit up the tournament with 5 goals and 2 assists, leaving defenders in the dust with his audacious flair. Real Madrid, determined not to miss out like they did with Neymar, swooped in with an offer Flamengo couldn't refuse. And just like that, the boyhood Barcelona fan was heading to Madrid.
Dije hace unos días que íbamos a reforzar la plantilla con magníficos jugadores y eso es lo que estamos haciendo. Un jugador que acaba de cumplir hace unos días los 18 años, pero que ya está considerado como una de las grandes esperanzas del fútbol brasileño y del fútbol mundial.
Oh, the struggles he faced. Vinicius's first few months at Real Madrid were anything but glamorous. His performances were shaky at best, and the Spanish press showed no mercy. Headlines like Madrid's 45 million euro blunder were plastered everywhere. Critics even compared him to Gabber, a Flamengo prodigy who never lived up to the hype. But you know what I admire? He never let the noise get to him. I love how he kept his head down and worked tirelessly. I remember one game where he silenced everyone with a brace, earning man of the match honors. It was a glimpse of what was to come, and I guess that's when I started paying closer attention. The turning point.
Manchester City defence. He's in here for Real Madrid and he scores. It's 3-2. And it's a bit of Brazilian magic.
Every defender's running without the ball. He's as quick, if not quicker. Fletch, and what a goal. Beautiful. He leaves the ball, Vinicius.
If there's one moment that stands out in his journey, it's his performance in the Copa del Rey semi-final against Barcelona. Although Real Madrid lost the tie, Vinicius was absolutely electric. I believe that was the night he announced himself to the world.
There's the little step over. Beautiful. They're high pitched, there's a lot at stake.
His fearless runs and relentless energy were impossible to ignore. But then tragedy struck. During a Champions League match against Ajax, he suffered a severe ankle injury. Madrid was eliminated that night, And to make matters worse, Santiago Solari, the coach who believed in him, was replaced by Zidane.
So many for Karim Benzema as well. He only scored 6 the whole of last season.
I can't imagine how disheartening that must have been, yet Vinicius didn't let it break him. In 2020, something happened that could have shattered a lesser player. During a Champions League match, Karim Benzema was caught on camera telling a teammate not to pass to Vinicius, accusing him of playing against us. I couldn't believe it. It was a humiliating moment, but instead of sulking, Vinicius used it as fuel to prove everyone wrong. Under Zidane's guidance, he began to show flashes of brilliance, but it wasn't until Carlo Ancelotti's arrival that everything clicked. I love how Ancelotti nurtured Vinicius, helping him refine his finishing and tactical awareness. By the 2021-22 season, he was unrecognizable, a complete player. The breakthrough, I guess the real breakthrough, came in the 2021 Champions League quarterfinal against Liverpool. Vinicius was unstoppable, scoring twice and leaving defenders in his wake. That's when I knew he'd arrived. Under Ancelotti, he racked up 17 league goals and 10 assists that season, forming a lethal partnership with Benzema. And who could forget the 2022 Champions League final? I still get chills thinking about it. Vinicius scored the winning goal against Liverpool.
Carvajal finds Casemiro. That's a Valverde. Quite an effective passage of play that from Real Madrid. Valverde then drives it in! And they go ahead! Vinicius!
Securing Madrid's 14th European crown. It was the ultimate redemption arc, and I believe it cemented his place among football's elite. Off the pitch, as I researched more about him, I discovered another side to Vinicius that made me respect him even more. He's faced vile instances of racial abuse.
And it seems that Vinicius Jr. heard a verbal abuse from a supporter. Let's see if it's a racial abuse in this case. If someone's done it, should be banned for life to be in a football stadium. The reaction of Vinicius Jr. is that he...
But instead of staying silent, he's become a vocal advocate against racism. I love how he's using his platform to drive change. Beyond activism, he's also deeply involved in philanthropy. From funding educational initiatives in Brazil to supporting underprivileged youth, Vinicius is giving back to the community that shaped him. His impact goes far beyond the football pitch. A future legend today, Vinicius Jr. isn't just a great player, he's a symbol of resilience and determination. I believe he's well on his way to becoming a footballing legend. With a treble and possibly a Ballon d'Or in his sights, the sky's the limit for this extraordinary talent. The incredible journey of Vinicius Jr., from bungled kick-ups to breathtaking brilliance, his story is a testament to the power of perseverance. And I guess it's a reminder for all of us that no matter how rough the start, greatness is always within reach. Who do you think will be the next player to capture our hearts like Vinicius? Who do you think will dominate this season? Hit subscribe for more epic football stories. See you in the next one.